And just getting back, I mean, that makes sense, 100%. And for employers or companies that actually do employ more than just themselves,
Yep.
what's some of the things that they need to do to really register their employees for that $750
Sure. Okay, so first of all, I think you probably should talk to your employee. Okay, all right, there's a lot around this too. So let's start off with, who are our employees and are they still working for us? So some people might still have employees working for them. So, I mean, not every business is completely shut down. And even if you're in the cafe industry, which is probably a great example, their businesses have slowed down substantially, but not everyone has stopped working. I mean, they might still be doing takeaway or whatever. And I know this is an entertainment industry forum, but I'm just trying to put it in perspective. I'm sure there's potentially some businesses that are still doing stuff. They're not completely shut down. So if you are still doing stuff and you're still employing your staff to a certain degree, you have to pay them as normal, right? So you can't just go, all right, well, I'm not going to pay you. You get your $750. You pay them for what they do as if they're normal, as if you would normally. So that doesn't stop. But what you need to do is look at those staff members and say, right, are you actually eligible for Jobkeeper? And why wouldn't you be eligible for Jobkeeper? So one of those things that would take them out of eligibility is how long have they been working for you if they're a casual employee. If they're permanent or permanent part-time, so if they're full-time or permanent part-time and they're an Australian citizen, they're not here under some visa that so there's different classes of visa. So have a look through what class of visa they're working under if they're not an Australian citizen or a permanent resident. The only class of visa that really lets you through, lets them get this, is the 444, which is basically for New Zealand citizens only. So have a look at that, see if they fit the criteria. If they do, then they should be right to register. You have to tell them that you're getting the JobKeeper payment for them. You have to advise them. So have a look at the fact sheet that tells you what you're supposed to do with your staff members. Now, if they're working for you, you pay them what they work for. If they haven't earned the $750 for the week, you have to pay them that top-up payment to make $750. So you actually physically have to pay them that money. If they haven't made the $750 for the week, you don't have to pay super on the amount that's the top-up payment, but you still would have to pay super on the amount that they've worked for you, assuming they've worked more than $450 in a month and all that criteria. So check their eligibility, let them know you're claiming it. Now, if they've been stood down and they're just not working because there's absolutely nothing for them to do, then I would probably talk to them first and say, I can claim JobKeeper for you. Would you like me to do that? Because they might say, well, actually, I'm already getting Job Seeker. I'm getting my rental assistance. I'm getting all these other things. I'm quite happy with what I have right now. I don't want to change that. So just ask them about that first. And then if they do want to get it, you're actually meant to start paying them the $750 a week or $1,500 a fortnight. I'm concerned at how you're supposed to do that if you've got no money. And that might be something that cuts you out of actually giving them the JobKeeper payment to start with. The fact sheet tells you that you should talk to your bank about that and see if you can get an overdraft. And try getting in contact with the bank anytime lately, and you'll probably know that that's the biggest one of the most difficult things to do. So I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do with that. I think it really comes down to a fact by fact basis, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you just have to register that these are the people you're claiming for when you do your registration.
Okay.